Hey, and welcome to the 142nd edition of Quote, Scribble and Question, your weekly leadership development fix from me, Matt the Coaching Guy. This week I'm going to explore communicating the big picture. And one of the most common frustrations from senior leaders in the work that I do isn't that their team lacks capabilities, it's that people don't seem to get it. The strategy has been shared, the objectives have been clearly defined, the priorities have been discussed, and there's a plan in place. Yet teams still make decisions that feel disconnected from where the business is trying to go. And the reality is that most leaders communicate tasks far more often than they communicate context. And maybe you're one of these. It's understanding that it's a you problem, not a them problem. People don't struggle because they don't know what to do. It's because they don't understand why it matters. When people understand the big picture, they make better decisions, take greater ownership, and require less direction. And when they don't, they become dependent on the leader for every decision. Communicating the big picture isn't about the content of your presentations. People just want to see that their contribution connects to something larger than themselves. The best leaders I've worked with don't just provide instructions, they provide meaning through the art of storytelling. They inspire people to think beyond their remit, resulting in greater trust, empowerment, and growth. So here's your quotes for this week. Management is doing things right, leadership's doing the right thing, Peter Drucker. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, Simon Sinek. The very essence of leadership is that you have to have vision, Theodore Hesburgh. If you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood. Instead, teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. And here's your quibble for this week. But everybody already knows what they should be doing, do they? Or do they know what you told them? Many organisations mistake awareness for understanding. Employees could often repeat the company objectives, but still struggle to explain why these objectives matter, what success looks like, how their role contributes, and what trade-offs should be made when priorities clash. As leaders, we overestimate how clearly we communicate because we've lived with the strategy for months or even years. Meanwhile, our teams are trying to connect the dots from a 30-minute presentation 6 weeks ago. A big picture is not something to communicate once. It's something that you need to reinforce constantly. It should be alive in the organisation. So how do you know if you're doing it well? Ask yourself, can people explain the purpose behind the work without using my words? Do team members make decisions without constantly checking in with me first? When priorities change, do people adapt quickly? Can individuals explain how their role contributes to business success? And our conversations focus on outcomes rather than just activity? If the answer is mostly yes, you're probably doing a great job of communicating the context. However, here's how to spot that something needs to change. The same questions keep appearing. People complete tasks but miss the intention. Teams become overly reliant on approval. Silos emerge between departments. Individuals struggle to prioritise competing demands. And leaders feel that they are constantly repeating themselves. These are often communication challenges, not capability challenges. And if you want to improve, invest in adjusting your approach. Spend less time telling people what to do and more time helping them understand why it matters. So try these simple ways. Start meetings with purpose before process. Explain the outcomes before discussing the actions. Link team objectives back to the organisational goals. Share the challenges, not the decisions. Ask people to explain their understanding of the big picture. And repeat key messages more often than feeling necessary. And remember, clarity isn't achieved when you've said it, it's achieved when others can explain it. The leader who creates the most ownership is never the one with the best answer, but they are the one that help others see the big picture. So here's your question for this week. Think about the last major piece of work that your team delivered. Could every person involved clearly explain it mattered to the organisation or only what they were asked to do? Your answer will tell you more about your leadership than their performance. So thanks for listening to this week's newsletter. If you have any other subjects you'd like to hear more about, do email me at matt@thecoachingguy.co.uk. And if you're feeling stuck and want to move from stretched to strategic in 90 days, creating more time, more energy and more impact, drop me a DM and let's see how coaching can change your trajectory. So have a great week. Bye for now.